Good morning, students. How are you? How is your study going on? I hope you would be doing your study with all your heart. So, in this regard, today I am here before you to start a new lesson, a new fiction entitled as The Midnight Visitor, written by Robert Arthur. I have written on the board, you can see yourself. Before I go ahead in detail, I would like you to see and watch carefully all the word meanings and chapter notes given in the description box. Now I would like to continue my teaching in 4 sections, as you can see written on the board. These 4 sections, these 4 steps. The first section is main idea or theme, and second section is detailed introduction of characters, or so to say character sketch, and the third section of my teaching will be annotation of text, that means explanation of complete text story. So in continuance with these sections, I will first start the main idea or theme of this fiction. This story, this fiction is full of excitement. It will be filled with thrilling excitement while I will narrate this intriguing fiction. So let me introduce the main idea. Let me tell you the theme of this fiction. Ausable, a secret agent, is expecting to get a very important report. Another secret agent, Max, threatens him with a pistol, demanding for the report at gunpoint. Let's see how Ausable outwits Max. With his great presence of mind, with his high intelligence, with his ability to think quickly, and with his ability to act calmly and wisely, Ausable makes a clever plan designed to trick Max, and then Ausable sets a trap for him. Then Ausable sets a trap for Max, and finally Ausable gets rid of Max. So while I will be narrating all the events, all the exciting events of this story, it will be filled with thrilling excitement. Now I would like to come to the second section of my teaching, that is the detailed introduction of characters, so to say character sketch. So in this section, the first character is Ausable. Ausable is a secret agent. He lives a very simple life like a common man, and he is carelessly dressed. He is also very fat, so he speaks wheezily. He speaks, that means he speaks breathing noisily and heavily. And Ausable had once lived in Boston and returned to Paris 20 years ago, so he always speaks with American accent. However, Ausable knows how to speak French and German passably. That means Ausable speaks French and German less efficiently with American accent. Then also Ausable lives in a small room. Ausable lives in a small room in the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel on the 6th and top floor. This hotel is not well ventilated and airy, so there is a lack of fresh air and light. As it has been described in the text, Ausable lives in a small room in the musty corridor of a gloomy French hotel because of lack of fresh air and lack of sufficient light. Ausable also chuckles to himself, also sometimes smiles at himself, but he is very serious in his work. He has got extraordinary presence of mind, and he is deeply witty. He can outwit anybody in his talks. Now the second character is Fowler. Fowler is a young and romantic writer. In the evening, Fowler comes to meet Ausable in order to know all about his mysterious way of life and his thrilling way of working as a secret agent. But to Fowler, Ausable does not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler has ever read in the books, because Ausable has got common man-like appearance and he receives only ordinary calls instead of getting secret messages with the help of beautiful girls. So Fowler felt let down, Fowler felt disappointed. Now the third character is Max. Max is a villain in this story. He plays the role of a villain. He is an evil person. Max is slender, he is thin, he is little less than tall, that means he is not so tall. He has got the crafty and pointed countenance of a fox. Here the author describes Max's face as the cunning face of a fox. Max also holds a menacing, a terrifying gun in his right hand. Now the fourth character is Henry, Henry. Henry is a waiter at the French hotel. He serves drinks to Ausable. Now I would come to the third section of my teaching, that is the annotation of the text, the explanation of the complete text. Let's begin the story. The story begins with Fowler. Fowler came to meet Ausable and noticed that Ausable did not fit any description of a secret agent as Fowler had already read in the books. Fowler was also disappointed to discover the simplicity of Ausable's life. Fowler found that Ausable was a carelessly dressed fat man who received only ordinary telephone calls instead of getting secret messages with the help of dark-eyed beauties, with the help of beautiful girls. Ausable was talking to Fowler. Ausable, after some time, unlocked the door of his room. After some time, Ausable unlocked the door of his room, stood aside and let Fowler enter the room. Both Fowler and Ausable entered the room. In the room, Ausable told Fowler, Ausable said, "Take chair, be calm, my young friend. Presently you will see a very important paper, a very important report for which several men and women have risked their lives. And this paper will certainly change the course of history." While saying these words, Ausable closed the door of his room and switched on the light of his room. Just as the light came on, just as the light spread through the room, they saw An unknown person, an unknown man was already standing in the room, and that person was holding a small automatic pistol, and the pistol was pointing to Ausable. Here, at this moment of panic, Ausable remained calm. Ausable did not say a single word even. Ausable just blinked his eyes, and with his controlled state of mind, with his balanced state of mind, Ausable said very wisely, very cleverly to that man, "Max, I thought you were in Berlin. What are you doing in my room here? I thought you were in Berlin." So here we see that Ausable reacted to this dangerous person, to the person holding a pistol. Ausable remained calm and controlled himself and reacted very wisely. Now Fowler first of all experienced a thrilling moment with Ausable in the room. Now Max held his gun straight to Ausable and asked him for the report. Actually, Max thought a report concerning new missiles was being brought to Ausable. So with this view, Max had already entered Ausable's room using a pass key, using a master key, so that he could take away the report from Ausable's hands at gunpoint. What next happened? Ausable sat in his armchair comfortably. He thought of some secret plan, and with this secret plan, Ausable began to talk to Max. Ausable also plotted a false story before Max. Ausable said, "I will complain to my management that this is the second time in this month somebody has entered my room through that rubbish balcony. Let me tell you, there was no such balcony in reality." Ausable talked about the availability of this balcony just to befool Max, just to trick Max. And at this point, Max also believed that there must be a balcony, as he thought he could have easily entered the room through that balcony. Ausable further said, "It's not my balcony. Next room has a balcony which extends under the window of my room. And when somebody had entered my room through that balcony for the first time, management promised me to block the balcony, but they did not block it." What next happened is the most interesting part of this story. A waiter named Henry knocked at the door outside the room, and then Max was very much afraid of this knocking. And at that very moment, Ausable declared that there must be police knocking at the door outside the room. Ausable further said, "Police will not hesitate to shoot you if they enter the room." And then, being panicked and frightened by the presence of police, Max quickly jumped out of the window upon the non-existing balcony. And in this way, Ausable, with his wit, with his great presence of mind, got rid of Max. You should know, Max was the midnight visitor. As you know, the title of this story is The Midnight Visitor. So Max was the midnight visitor. From this story, we should learn that in times of adversity, in times of worry, anxiety and panic, we must remain calm. We must control our state of mind. Thanks for watching this video. Give your comments. I would welcome your valuable suggestion. And if it really helps you, please share this video with your friends, like it and subscribe it. Thank you.